Hey, welcome back. Well, the Department of Transportation has been cracking down on who can be behind the wheel of big rigs on America's roads. And now that crackdown is driving straight to the source, the schools that train these truck drivers. So this morning, we are learning thousands of them could be forced to shut down. NewsNation's Marcus Espinoza joins us now live from New York City. Marcus, some pretty alarming stats here. What is driving this crackdown?
Hey, Kelly, well, recent accidents, fatal accidents this year really have ramped up attention on truck drivers and then also their training. It turns out a lot of these places operate as, quote, CDL mills, where they basically get people in and out and then onto the road as quickly as possible, perhaps bypassing safety standards there. Now, federal prosecutors and this review have highlighted that 44% of them may be in jeopardy of losing that accreditation, many closing, many not actually following the rules here, that they don't meet government standards, that 44% number, putting thousands of them at risk for closure. So out of the 16,000 licensed truck driving programs nationwide, the Transportation Department says close to 3,000 could lose accreditation unless they fix serious training and record-keeping failures, and they only have 30 days. Another 4,500 could face the same thing. That means hundreds of thousands of aspiring drivers could see their training invalidated, slowing their path to a commercial driver's license. Officials say many of the schools were operating like CDL mills, as I mentioned, offering quick turn courses without that proper behind the wheel or classroom training. The American Trucking Associations, meanwhile, applauding the administration's effort to get their struggling industry back on the right track.
I think it's really taken, a number of high-profile crashes and other incidents to put a spotlight on training in our industry in general, and asking the question, are the rules or regulations we have on the books, are they working? And if not, what do we need to do about them? So we are absolutely thrilled at ATA that the administration is paying attention to this.
Now, this was triggered by a fatal crash back in August. That is driver Harjinder Singh. He's accused of making an illegal U-turn and killing 3 people. That brought a lot of national attention to this particular matter, and it turned out that he was driving there and hired immigrant, and then Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was saying he's tightening every link in what he calls the illegal trucking chain. So if states don't get it together, they could lose federal highway funding there. California, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota are among the first facing those funding threats if they don't review their licensing and training programs. Right now, prospective truckers, training schools, and state regulators have 30 days to prove that they are now in compliance. So you can tell that the government and the Transportation Department here is taking a fine-tooth comb to these training programs, trying to weed out those CDL mills so drivers aren't basically getting just a check mark for coming in and then getting out onto the roads. And then another note there that I mentioned earlier this morning is that there is video out there now of seeing the driver accused of killing those people getting a speeding ticket or a ticket earlier before that crash, and you could see him speaking with the officer there. That video is out as well. So a lot of attention on this particular matter right now as the Transportation Department cracks down.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.